1, The Beginning. Mary was born to parents Alexander and Flora MacKillop on the 15th of January 1842 and was the eldest of 8 children. She had an impoverished childhood due to the many failings of her father's entrepreneur nature. However, despite this, Alexander passed on his education and ingrained in them the Catholic faith that would serve them well through their lives. With no money, it was up to Mary to assist the family, being the eldest. She began work as a clerk until she became a governess for her cousins in Inala, South Australia. It was here where she met Father Julian Wood and shared with him her desire to serve the poor.
Okay, children, time is almost up now, so finish off what you were doing. That's it for today. Now remember, tomorrow we have a math test.
Good afternoon, Mary.
Good afternoon, Father.
What is wrong, Mary?
I'd love to open up a school for the children, but I just don't know where to start.
What you're doing is a good start. Begin small. You've got to make it grow.
Father, would you like to see the children read and write?
You're doing good work, but no one seems to notice about it.
There are not many people who knows about us, except the children.
Where's your classroom?
You see that sheet of cardboard on that tree over there? That is our classroom.
How many children do you have?
It varies. It depends on the children's mood each day. Okay, children, I'll help you with that tomorrow. Better run along home now before your parents get worried.
Listen, Mary, I want to tell you something. I've recently purchased a stable. You can start a school down there.
That's wonderful news. We can have it open for the Feast of the St. Josephs, and we shall call ourselves the Sisters of St. Joseph. And we shall choose brown as our chosen colour. Father, may I see the stable now?
Of course you can. Let's go now.
Act 2, Scene 2, Forming the Sisterhood.
Bishop Shield, I'd like you to meet Sister Mary MacKillop.
Ah, Mary, I've been expecting you. Julian has told me a great deal about you, how you teach the poor children. So I was wondering, would you be able to teach the children down in Adelaide?
My Lord Bishop, we have no schools or foundations in Adelaide.
There's no need for you to worry. I, myself, will look into it. But when can you start?
My Lord Bishop, when do you expect?
I'd like you to start next week. Or next month, at the latest. I've got a place for you down in Grove Street. It's near the cathedral. That place can be your classrooms and residence. Julian here will show you where it is. How does that sound, Mary?
May we be blessed by your grace.
need rules for the new convent.
It should emphasize our central government, poverty, and dependence on divine providence.
There shall be no ownership of property, and the sisters should go wherever they are needed.
It is hard, but I'll make sure the bishop will approve to it.
What makes it hard?
The idea of central government. A bishop wants authority in his diocese. The sisters have central government. He has no say in the running of the order.
The congregation grows so fast. I am worried there will not be enough rooms for new novices and postulants. We are receiving new novices nearly every week.
Novices should be selected.
I know there are many girls with talents in different fields.
What do you do to them, Mary?
They do God's work.
They help the homeless and neglected girls, children from all backgrounds.
Teaching is our priority. It is the heart of our institution.
I do not intend to stop teaching. There are 72 teachers in 21 schools right now. Postulants and novices are valuable for other ministries. More apostolic work requires more sisters.
What do you have in mind?
We need to find a new place for our residents. Grace Street is too small.
Bishop is happy for you to move to Franklin Terrace. Upstairs can be the residence for the sisters. The classrooms can be downstairs.
We will need more buildings for new ministries.
Orphanage cares for the children, and the refuge cares for the homeless girls and those who have just come out of jail. Solitude will be established for the incurably ill.
Do not forget that our debts are quite substantial, and many of the children cannot pay their own school fees.
I do not like the idea of children's families not paying school fees.
Our call is to serve the poor, and our school should be open for every child.
Some sisters are going to bed hungry because begging for their daily food does not always bring in enough food.
I'm conscious of that. I feel very sad to hear that the sisters are going hungry. Our community should just have enough bread to eat every night. We would trust in God's providence.
One community had no lighting and ate raw cabbage because there was no fuel to make a fire to cook it.
Surely this will make you charge children's school fees.
The choice is between the sisters and the children. If the sisters have comfort, the children will suffer. I'd much rather we suffer for the benefit of the children.
Act 2, Scene 2, the council meeting.
Glory be to the Father, to the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
I have a feeling that trouble is coming our way.
Father, could you be more specific?
I feel that a dark cloud is forming from the four corners to crush us. This is God's way to test the new institution.
On what grounds can they charge us if we are honestly and sincerely serving the Lord?
Some priests mock the sisters because they do not like me. Please bear the criticism and ridicule in the name of our good Lord.
Some priests hate the idea that the sisters beg you for food.
The bishop has hinted that he will put a stop to it.
Oh, that would be a disaster. We will all go hungry.
We will trust in God's providence. The sisters will probably have to make more sacrifices for the good cause.
We need to find another solution to feed the poor who are under our care. School fees are not enough to run the school. The sisters have endured great poverty. I am worried to ask them to be more vigilant. I am worried about their health and work.
The bishop is happy to support the institute, but he is under pressure from his priests.
The bishops of Australia met in Melbourne, and I have received a number of requests to have the sisters in their diocese.
Apart from the New Zealand request, who else is asking?
Requests have come from Bishop Gould in Melbourne, Bishop Quinn in Brisbane, and Bishop Matthew in Bathurst.
We need to find more personnel and resources.
It is part of our rule to go wherever we are needed.
Act 3, Scene 1, the crisis. Mary was the first Australian to start up an order of nuns and was the first to minister to Australia's poor and needy. During these times, she looked to Father Woods for guidance. It was he who encouraged her to become Mary of the Cross. In December 1869, Mary and a group of sisters headed up to Brisbane after an invitation from Bishop James Quinn. When in Brisbane, Mary was met with many challenges that tested her strength and resolve for God. Overcoming these obstacles cemented Mary as a leader, but also as inspiration for those around her. However, Mary had gotten word that all was not well in Adelaide, and as such, hastily made her way home. She came back to a group of sisters who were low in morale and a broken down mentor. It was up to Mary to deal with the repercussions.
Is Mary at the convent? I would like to have a word with her.
I am very sorry. Mother General is not at home since she did not know of your coming.
Do I, the Vicar General, need to make an appointment to see a nun?
No, Father Vicar General, I didn't mean that. What I am trying to say is that Mother General did not know of your coming.
Otherwise, she would have had a better excuse now, wouldn't she?
May I be of your service?
May I make an appointment to see Mary sometime tonight? And may I add, please?
I am not too sure what time Mother General will return to the convent, because I am not sure what time she will return home.
You are not saying Mary is staying on the street.
Please do not interpret me in that way.
Only the homeless are without a home. Let me remind you, Teresa. Two of my uncles are bishops. Bishop James Quinn of Brisbane and Bishop Matthew Quinn of Bathurst.
Yes, Father Vicar General. We all know very well your uncles are bishops. You kindly told us about your family, a holy family. I also remember one of your sisters, who have 4 sons. All are priests.
My uncles are first cousins of the most very reverend Cardinals Cullen and Moore.
Yes, very Reverend Vicar General.
Tell me in detail about your daily timetable.
My timetable is very much the same from Monday to Friday. However, I am not too sure whether you're here to see me or Mother General.
The Vicar General has a full right to see all the nuns.
Yes, Father Vicar General, but at least we should be informed of your coming.
The Vicar General does not need to inform anyone. I have the full right to see the nuns when and wherever I want. Do you understand that?
The nuns are quite busy. They are not always at home.
That is no excuse. They must be available for the Vicar General at all times.
Father Vicar General, your manner of questioning is quite inappropriate and stressful. Furthermore, Mother General was not informed of your coming.
Let me remind you, Teresa. You are speaking to the Vicar General.
Yes, Father Vicar General. No man should behave the way you are behaving, let alone a priest.
Act 4, Scene 1, The Petition.
Good evening, Vicar General Father Horan.
Tell Mary the Vicar General would like to have a word with her.
Father, it is 10 p.m. now and Mother General has gone to bed.
Pass this message on to Mary, as Mary did not comply with the bishop's wishes. She will be excommunicated. Wake her up and tell her that.